Hey everyone, Alex of All Trades here, and I am back with another Cyberpunk 2077 livestream. I can't hear the game audio. I think it's not working for me specifically. Like, I think it's probably working for you guys. I'm gonna listen to the live stream to see if you guys are getting audio, and then I will switch over which audio source I'm listening from. Yep. It's not working for me. Jesus. Oh god, that really got me. I was like, oh, that was kind of loud. Oh, it gets so much worse, Alex. Make sure you guys are still getting audio, though. You are. Okay. Alright. What was I doing here exactly? Why am I following you? You seem like maybe a budding cult leader. Better be interesting. I think my fixer's gonna be mad at me for not having helped that dude kill you.
Zuleika?
You're late.
I found a companion along the way.
Why?
Someone from the studio?
Do you remember what you wrote me in your last letter? She is everything you spoke of. V, meet Zuleika.
What's going on?
Wouldn't mind knowing what's going on here. Anyone? You haven't told her anything?
We just met. There wasn't time.
You really are insane.
He seems insane.
Mama isn't back yet. We can talk inside until she returns. Come in.
Hurry up. I'll be waiting outside.
What the fuck is going on? Really weird. I don't know what's going on. Anaphora of Saint Cyril of Alexandria. We pray and beg for thy mercy, friend of man. Do not sentence us to eternal damnation, nor abandon those who are at your service, nor banish us from your sight, nor tell us you do not know our faces. Fill our heads with blessed water, grant us a well for our tears, so that we may weep for our sins at thy feet. For we are the humble servants that graze in thy pasture. You just called yourself a cow or sheep. Wipe away our misdeeds and forgive us our trespasses, whether committed willingly or unwillingly, consciously or unconsciously, in the shadows or in daylight, long forgotten or relinquished from our memory. For only thy holy name remains. Hear the pleas of thy people. Look upon the suffering of thy servants. Do not permit my sins or the impurities of my own heart lead thee to harden the hearts of others against the Holy Spirit. I feel like there's definitely a culty vibe.
Please, sit down. Can I offer you anything? A drink?
What the hell is going on? I don't want to.
I'm good, thanks.
I'm not gonna drink anything. I've learned my lesson from Diablo 4.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, one God. Amen.
Zuleika is the sister of the man I killed.
What?
She wrote me letters while I was doing time. That is how we two were united. Through forgiveness.
You're freaks.
Why are we here? And who are we waiting for?
Tell me, V, do you believe in God?
Why are we even talking about this?
Zuleika and I have a running dispute. I was thinking you could help us resolve it.
No. I never agreed to anything like this.
What?
Nah, religious debates, not my thing.
There's nothing to debate. Those BD studio hyenas convinced Joshua to trade one execution for another. His own crucifixion.
What?
He wants everyone to experience his agony, feel his pain and suffering.
What?
Why the brain dance? What's in it for you?
Zuleika transformed me into a child of God. It's time I repaid that debt.
By being
I
weird?
want to bear witness to love's existence, in a manner that all the lost souls on this wretched earth can understand.
Why love?
If unconditional love exists, then so must God. It's time the world was reminded of His divine presence. Think of the millions jacked into their feeds like livestock. The children growing up in gang-infested streets. Do they know love? Think of the joy toys on Jig Jig Street. Coked-out corpos in their offices, and murderers who stalk the streets. I want to reach them. I will reach them!
You sound insane.
And think of paid killers like you, V. Have you known love? Do you know what it is?
Why am I here?
Mother's home.
Is she sane?
Joshua Stevenson. We meet again. And who are you?
This who we've been waiting for?
Yes. Mrs. El Amar. I have come to beg you for forgiveness.
You murdered my son. That is something I can never forgive.
It's her
I truly do
prerogative.
regret the pain I have caused you.
Out of my house, no! Just go, please. Out, all of you!
We should leave. Really.
Please, Mrs. El Amar.
Get the fuck out of her house!
It's okay, just go.
She doesn't want you here anymore.
From me. My child. My son.
Let's go back to the car.
Yeah, I already said we should. It was stupid. I don't know what you thought you were going to accomplish there. Like, really, what was your plan? Do you think she was just gonna be happy to see you? You guys trying to destroy their property?
Just wish I could have talked to Gloria, explained everything. If somehow I thought she'd find it in her heart to forgive me.
That's crazy.
Time to grab a bite to eat. Who could blame her? It's not easy to forgive your son's murderer.
Stevenson, we all knew how that would end.
If you forgive anyone their sins, they are forgiven. If you do not forgive them, they are not forgiven.
Really aim to spin a virtue of your crucifixion?
Ugh, yes, really.
You'll be kicking up a shitstorm.
Haters gonna hate.
It is something I must do.
You're a
For if
narcissist.
this won't shake the world to its core and wake us from our collective nightmare, then nothing will.
This is not about helping out the world. This is about you making your mark on it. Alright, are you done talking? Okay, now park the car when we get there. Don't just ride me around and expect me to get out. Don't pull a river.
Take Stevenson inside, grab us all a table. Need a word with our stowaway here.
What? I didn't... It's not like I snuck in.
Wait up a sec, I want to talk.
Okay.
So, what do you think about our next big BD star?
He's got some organic chips loose. Needs psychiatric help.
My thoughts exactly. But it's too late for that.
You were in a
He's
police
as crazy
uniform.
as you
Am I
say.
crazy?
Why is he so important to you?
Because Stevenson's got a little something that's in short supply, but in very high demand.
Insanity?
That little something's called authenticity. And that brain composed entirely of cat shit at this point. He truly believes what he says.
I don't know that he does, actually.
Think he might be more self-possessed than you think.
Look, you're no shrink and neither am I. We're both just out to get paid. Stevenson could be a fat old fucking gold vein for our studio.
And that's my concern because...
You're fucking with his mind, asking probing questions. You're making him doubt, and most importantly, jeopardizing my investment. So I'm prepared to pay you double what he's promised you to quietly walk away.
Don't do it, V.
Why not? I'm more curious about what's gonna happen, is the problem. If I was completely role-playing Corpo, I would ask you to pay for even more than that. But I want to know what's going to happen. And that is stronger than my will to get Eddies, because Eddies don't mean a lot to me at this point in the game.
My answer's no.
Why do I think you don't understand what I'm offering you?
Understand just
I
fine.
have a lot of money.
Let's go inside.
Did you underestimate how much money I have?
Not bad for a petty merc off the streets.
Yep.
Let's get out
Grown
of here.
curious how this'll all end.
In pain and profit, that's how. One's sacred, the other's insane. Though who knows if they aren't congruous concepts. But yeah, I'm curious too. And I've been surprised before.
Wait, what? He just left. Where am I, by the way? Just curious about that part. Okay. Was not sure.
I've seen every kind of dirtbag in this city. This Jesus shit ain't fooling me. You even think about making a break for it, your ass is going down.
Nobody's paying you to open your mouth, Vasquez.
Are we at an arcade? How old is he? God damn, my ears.
Got a tough customer with that Vasquez. Even for a badge.
He is set in his ways,
Are you
like so many men.
steak?
This brain dance. I'm curious. Tell me more.
Title's the passion. We're speaking to the LCD, of course. It's gonna revolutionize BD.
How so?
Well, Stevenson's furlough is only so long. can only scroll the last bit with him. But we'll fill in the run-up to the finale with BD doubles and Emobank assets. It'll feel like Stevenson, though.
How is that even possible?
Give me a break. We're part of EBM. Infinite investment in tech. A couple of years and we won't be using actors anymore. My dream of the day.
So why Josh? Sounds like you don't even need him now.
Son of man's agony. You can't weave it strictly out of digital threads just yet.
Do I need to show you what happens in this village? The people of Night City.
And you? Got any say in all this?
He forced the writers to go with the Christian gospel according to Luke. They'd originally opted for John.
Guess that's important for...
John's version is crude and over the top. The Gospel of Luke speaks more to my sensibility. Besides, Luke's Christ is prepared for what awaits him. I want the world to understand that. Feel it.
Sound like an actor who really wants to become the part.
I only have one shot at this. I need to make it count.
Really believe you're like Jesus.
I believe we should all follow his example.
So we should all be crucified?
Cheers, pointless. That's enough. Stevenson can't be distracted. He has to focus now.
Relax, Rachel.
Yes, why? I don't know anything about you. How do you spend your leisure time? What do you do to unwind?
None of your fucking business.
I mean it as a serious question.
I meditate.
Doesn't seem like it works for her.
Didn't take you for one with a spiritual side. You being, well, you.
Know what your problem is, all of you? You refuse to understand that spirituality can only ever be personal. And why the fuck are you here anyway? For the free meal?
Do you see me eating?
You exactly why.
No, I don't give the slimmest shit what you have to say. Ugh, all this talk about grace and salvation and transformation. I could puke. Take it from a beady producer? Religion's an elaborate lie. All of them.
But, Rachel...
No, we're done for the day. Finish your meal, we'll put you up at the studio. And you, get lost. I'll get your fee soon.
What am I getting paid for exactly?
I am truly glad to have met you.
I am not glad to have met you.
Follow your instincts. Props. Really well played there.
What do you make of it all?
This guy just might be the biggest nut job I've ever seen, but it's still corporate exploitation.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry
Don't
for him.
even feel sorry for him. In the least.
We could talk in circles, but who cares what we think? What would it change? Corpse will continue to grow rich off his type, and the masses will live on with their pipe dreams.
Hang on, where's Rebel Johnny? Seem to have lost him.
Well, I found him. He's inside that guy. He's the real rebel.
No, he's not. He's a narcissist.
Which is it, nut job or Messiah?
He's fucked in the head. The world's fucked in the head. And you're fucked in the head because my fucked up head is inside it. Guess if you want to save the world, that's the first step. Get fucked in the head.
Okay. Do you believe in God, Johnny?
What do you think? God exists?
Fuck. Kill me, please.
Come on, serious question.
Ugh.
Why? So you flatlined, then got your beat back. Don't tell me that's left you wondering if a construct can even be saved.
You gonna tell me you don't think about being a digital psyche? Possible consequences thereof. Really? I mean, are you already dead? Or alive till the last existing digighost of you is shredded?
Meaning, like, am I gonna ascend to Digi-Heaven?
Descent to Digihell's more likely. Yeah. If there is life after death, is Silverhand already live in the afterlife? Meaning I'm talking to his animated epitaph?
I don't give it an ounce of thought. Surprise. To me, I'm just that. Me.
It's an interesting place to have a philosophical conversation. I'll give you that. All of this noise is really helpful to hearing what they're saying.
Truth is, I died and rose again. Plain and simple.
Doesn't that make the resurrection less exciting?
What's it make? Messiah?
It's not unique at that point.
Early model archer.
I had no fucking idea what it was, and neither do you.
Tell you exactly what brought you back. A clever bit of corpo tech. If there's a true Messiah among us, I'll tell you who it is. Saburo Arasaka.
One you'd summarily execute if you ran into it.
See, that's why I'm me and you're you. You drop to your knees before gods.
What? Who's?
Pop them right between the
Oh my god, you're annoying. You just made a major assumption there.
Weird as fuck today. It's just kind of unreal. But reality beckons.
And it's loud as fuck!
We got places to trash.
Just not have a philosophical conversation in an arcade seems like a major mistake. I don't know how you open that. Like how this game is like, use sidewalks! And I'm like, do I have to?
Come back in a month. You're still clean then? We'll talk getting you back in action.
Down my neck.
But that was fast. Sent to 47 users. Jack Driver. Pablo Silva chose to stand with the radical traitors. For years he did the corpse bidding, took orders from the enemies of this fine nation. He and anyone else like him deserve only one thing: death. Do unto him what he and the others did to Morton. For the red, white, and blue, the time for change has come. I think it worked out for you guys. Oh, why is River calling me?
River?
B, hey. I need your help.
Okay.
Sounds like it. What happened?
I shouldn't talk about this on the holo. We gotta meet.
Okay.
When and where? Tell me.
Glenn, tonight. I'll flick you the details. Will you make it?
Do my best.
Thanks, V. Till then.
Meet me in the evening on the corner of Pacifica Boulevard and Market Street. Archive conversation, Pablo Silva and Salma Silva. Pablo, Selma, grab everything out of the safe, take the kids, and leave the city. What happened? Selma, you know what you have to do. Just do it. I am, but tell me what's going on. Pablo, Gunner's people zeroed Morton. Shit's going down. It's a fucking coup. Oh my god. Ugh. I told you to drop this job. Seriously, Salma, now. I'll be waiting for you. Outside the city in our spot. Yeah. Be careful, please. If I'm not there in 2 hours, go without me. Yeah, he's dead. Got something I need to settle. What? Your safety. Please just come here. I'm just meeting a guy from the NCPD to drop off some docs and then I'll be over. Keep waiting where you are. Okay? Okay. Pablo, everything okay? I haven't left yet. Pablo? Hey, I'm worried. Write something. Anything. 7 missed calls from Salma Silva. Aww. That's sad. Who's this guy that they were just yakking? So where? He wants me to go to Pacifica. Which is... That's Pacifica. It's almost night anyway. What the hell's going on over here? There's stuff! I thought that car was moving for a moment. Notice inmate NC349900-ED Seth Miller. Attention, a convoy has been scheduled to transport inmate NC blah 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 blah. Seth Miller, convicted of 3 counts first-degree murder from Rancho Coronado to the municipal courthouse in the Glen. The inmate has ties to the criminal organization known as 6th Street Gang, which operates out of the Rancho Coronado district. A red alert has been issued for the duration of the inmate's transport, mandating the escort of a heavily armed and armed security detail. Doesn't look like it worked out. This is the closest one. Thought for a moment that guy had no... that guy's legs were in the ground. I think he was just on his knees, or... Human blood, several weeks old, severe injury. Where the... bad news. Draft message. James, it's real fucking bad. Went where you told me, and the Tigers were waiting. They shouted at me, wanted the bike back, then guns got hot. I got out, but took a fucking nasty hit. I'm puking blood, can barely see, fucking dizzy, I can't stand straight. Tried to patch myself up, but sucked dick at it. I'm in Haywood looking for a tight-lipped ripper. Once I'm human again, I'll hide in the garage, one by the dam, you know, till things are quiet. But if I don't make it, I hid the bike on Maelstrom turf by all foods. I know tigers won't go there. Look for the ghost horse. Gate code is the date we met. Hope you're doing better than me. Stay strong. Josie.
Get out. Took a while, though. Tore those fingernails right off on the pavement.
Fuck. What a way to go.
No way's a good way, V. I'd know.
Human female. Deceased for several weeks. Nomad from Aldecado clan. Blunt force trauma. Blood loss. Hey, another fight just landed on the schedule. It's in Pacifica. Generating huge buzz, not to mention huge cash. I know you can't resist. I can for right now, because I'm gonna go talk to River, because he wants to hang out. If he wants me to get in his car, he better be good about it and actually take me where he wants us to go.
Well, this is the place. Tick, 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 tick.
He stands her up. There he is. He does want me to get in his car, though.
Hey, V.
How you holding up?
Been better. I know. Probably not hard to tell.
Nice ride. Brand new?
Nope.
Not in a chatty mood, I see.
Not really.
Seems like the
Sorry.
same car as before.
So, what happened?
Needed someone to talk to.
Okay.
First, take a look.
Hello, my name is Arif Iqbal, and this is WNS News.
More dead
Today's
politicians?
A
Just
routine
watch it.
roadside inspection led the NCPD to the trail of a dangerous abductor and murderer.
For this.
The incident occurred at the intersection of 7th and 15th Avenue. The following police footage was captured at the scene.
1038, I repeat at 1038. Registration 2AA6244. We're exiting our vehicle now.
Copy that.
Out of the car! Hands up!
Easy, officer. Relax. Shut your mouth. Oh, shit. We have a 1053 and a 1054. I repeat, a 1053 and a 1054.
What does that mean?
The boy from the footage is LeVar Martinez, age 17. His parents reported his disappearance over a month ago. Unfortunately, LeVar's life could not be saved. His body could not withstand the severe septic shock he suffered. Autopsy reports revealed the teenager was given dangerously high levels of hormones, anabolic steroids, and stimulants. The possessions and genetic material of 7 other missing teens were also found in the car, belonging to one Anthony Harris. Unfortunately, their fates remain unknown. Although the criminal widely known as Peter Pan survived the gunshot, he has not regained consciousness, making interrogation impossible. Please stay tuned to WNS News for developments in the story.
This Peter Pan, he an old case? You were looking for him?
Never heard of him. Didn't cross my desk.
What's the problem if they caught the guy?
My nephew, Randy. Disappeared not long past. And what you just saw. The kid was wearing Randy's shoes.
Oh, Jesus. Randy's disappearance. Know anything else?
My sister and I don't get along that well. I don't know much. Just wish I could have been there for her when she needed it most.
What, they figured you'd get emotional and kept you off the case?
More like a restraining order. Won't let me anywhere near it. Gonagle took the lead on it. Lazy-ass gonk. And so far, he ain't accomplished shit.
No way I'd let this lie.
I know. And that's why I'm asking for your help.
So what do we need to do?
Can't interrogate the guy because he's a veg, but we can view his dreams.
Sorry, dreams?
You heard me. Come on, I'll explain on the way.
So we're not driving somewhere.
Experimental procedure, but it's already yielding results. They record dreams that can be played back as BDs.
Got access to these dreams?
Not yet, but they keep them in the lab we're headed to now.
Thank God we're walking. It said wait. You're gonna cross. You're gonna jaywalk. Okay. I mean, I would have jaywalked, but I'm kind of surprised you are. Although, considering you drove on the sidewalk and hit a woman, maybe I shouldn't be that surprised. It literally was green on this side before you...
Got an appointment?
Not exactly. We'll go in together, but, not through the main entrance.
Oh.
We're gonna break the law?
Well, we
find
just
a different
jaywalked,
way
so...
in, and then hustle out quick. Never actually been here, so I'll need your help.
Okay.
Okay, shouldn't be anyone inside. The lab's in the middle of an audit, so make all the noise you want.
Ah,
How are
his
we
head
gonna
disappeared.
find this brain dance?
Look for a room where they edit the dreams of autistic kids. Oh, and remember, Peter Pan's real name is Anthony Harris.
Teachings of the Temple excerpts. The welcome truth that sleep and death are twin sisters, beneficent, healing, and vivifying, is gradually making its way through the scientific as well as the religious world, bearing on its winos. What do you mean wings? Faith and trust. In the sorry, that really threw me off. In the fundamental ways of which of life which underlie all phenomena. And casting down forever the great Moloch of fear, which stands at the... I think I've read this. It's not in here. Or, wait, there's a... Messages. Security update. From Noemi?
Definitely don't store any BDs in this area.
Yeah, but they do have a laptop in here. To the research team, important. I would like to remind everyone of the upcoming audit and changes in security. I'm willing to answer any immediate questions you might have. As you're aware, we've had complaints from the NCPD. I know, but we will have to follow the new guidelines. There's no wiggle room. There's no wiggle room on this at the time TBD later. At a time TBD later. You will all get your new double verification access signatures. You will each receive individual emails with the relevant details. No more of that reply all funny business. Until then, continue your work as normal. Of course, excluding the day we have assigned for the audit. Have a nice day, security. A small step for science, a giant leap for humankind. From Eugene Kuzma. Would you shut up over there? Good morning, all. I would like to congratulate our very own Dr. Yawen Packard on the recent strides she has made in the field of pediatric autism therapy. Her invaluable work has paved the way for more effective therapy applications than the established behavioral methods TEACH, ESDM, and RDI. Clearly surpassing all supportive methods, e.g. sensory integration, and substantially building upon traditional approaches such as musical therapy. I speak for all of us when I say we are extremely proud of Dr. Packard's scientific achievements, but also, more importantly, proud to see the huge inflow. Sorry, it's this light right here shining in my eyes, of warm letters from happy parents. Keep up the great work, everyone. Meditation work. Heard the news from Ioluti Kochama to Caroline Adams. I just saw the email. I'm so sorry to hear they cut your project. If it's any consolation, I've tried to apply your methods in my personal time, and I feel like my creativity is on a whole other level. Seriously, I really hope this is just temporary and reinstate the project, though I've got a bad feeling since Dr. Lynch's departure, there just hasn't been the same support. Hang in there, Caroline. Don't lose hope. Important. All staff, please read. From Cy Swearingen. Dear team, I like to beat around the bush as much as the next guy, but I'm afraid I don't have that luxury this time. First off, you all remember that framed quote I used to have in my office: never trust a person who's never tried to steal. Well, it seems someone took that sentiment too much to heart. Now, don't panic. It wasn't the quote that was stolen. I don't think anyone gave a fuck about that sigh. It's safely at home. Rather, it appears a staff member has taken our neurotransmitter research files from the facility with the likely intent of selling them to a third party. Jesus. As such, all lab employees will be required to take a polygraph. You're still using polygraphs? Before leaving the facility, led by our Dr. Al Tolliver. If Al finds anything troubling from your tests, the next course of action would be termination, legal action, or both. No jokes. I mean this in all seriousness. Let me emphasize. Do the polygraph before leaving work. Then you're free to get in your naps, showers, lap dances, or whatever it is you people do in your off hours. Have a pleasant day. Sigh. Anna Svart Fasting, City Auditor. To NCPD Labs. Dear all, as many of you know, this week's audit is simply a formality. We are required by law to periodically evaluate current laboratory safeguards for effectiveness in future modernization efforts. Remember that this audit is as beneficial for the city's bookkeeping as it is to keep you and your research safe. We're all playing for the same team here. Please just treat this as a mandatory day off. Best regards, Anna Svart, Fasting City Auditor. I heard that. A novel phobia, fear of the number 91. God, that's so awful. In recent years, the list of commonly feared numbers, such as 4, 13, and 66, has grown to now officially include the number 91. While the phobias of other numbers have origins well studied by science, e.g. tetraphobia derives from the fact that the Chinese words for death and 4 sound similar, or we can still only hypothesize about the rise of 91. Patients afflicted by a phobia of the number 91 often complain of recurring nightmares in which a giant countdown reaches 91, then suddenly stops. When they attempt to restart the countdown, it transforms into a bright yellow board with vermin crawling all over it. This shared experience has already spawned unproven conspiracy theories which, among other things, claim that the dreams are transmitted via either electromagnetic waves, the digitized minds of a mysterious netrunner sect, rogue artificial intelligences, or classified nanochips installed by Night Corp agents. None of these outlandish ideas contain a grain of truth, of course, so what is it that causes the phobia to manifest such intense reactions? God, that much yet remains unknown, but as my right arm is getting tired, but as so many scientists often claim, the truth is out there. So without full knowledge of the phobia's origin and its underlying factors, how can you treat it? Studies thus far have shown promising results for conditioning patients via induced dream states in which the number 91 is inverted to the number 19. Although this method remains in clinical trials, experts optimistic the 91% success rate will only continue to improve. That was. Where did River go? I really need those. More. It's better than the other one. Lily, what's wrong? She's just out there moaning. No, no, no. From Caroline Adams to Taryn Doggart. LOL, and just remember not to mention our latest study to those NCPD slug brains because they just wouldn't understand it anyway. Winky smiley face. Security update, from Noemi. It's the same thing as before. A small step for science, a giant leap for humankind, from Eugene Kuzma. Yeah, I've already read this. That is about the quote. Project decisions for next quarter. Yolanda Castaneda to the research team. Important, the following projects have been green-lighted. Why didn't you just say green-lit? To continue next quarter. Neurotransmitters and selective countermeasures in combating the effects of stress. Cyberpsychosis. I would hope that everyone doing research in this world on the brain would be working on cyberpsychosis. Audio-visual stimulation and autism therapy. Limited environmental stimulation as treatment for antisocial behavior. We have decided to suspend research into transcendental meditation. All those involved on the project will soon receive a more detailed report about the indefinite suspension and information regarding new project allocations. Okay. Why are you crying? Can't get in that one. This is the bathroom. River just took off. Good. Okay. 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 None of those were. Where did River go? Is that a baby? What the hell am I looking at? V has nothing to say about what appears to be a baby. Okay, so we couldn't go through the front door. Going through the back door was super easy. Outer space, my life in orbit. What's life in space like? Comfortable. Of course, not everything's a bed of roses. Gravity below 1G isn't great for your bones or muscles. Synthesized food isn't to die for, and stuff from Earth is as rare as it is expensive. If you live in a private orbital station, congrats, you're richer than me. And you always see the same faces. But if you live in a hybrid station like Crystal Palace, you'll have to live with corporate bachelor parties, corpo rat bachelor parties every weekend. But don't let that put you off. There are more upsides than downsides to living in orbit. First of all, safety. To get into orbit, you need a lot of zeros in your bank account, which means you won't see legions of homeless people, stressed out gangsters, or aggressive joy toys. The exception to that being the lunar colonies, but no self-respecting orbital dweller would ever set foot there. In other words, you can walk outside at night unarmed, without security, and come back home in one piece, well and undisturbed. Amazing, right? Secondly, quality of service. Anyone in the customer service sector had to rack up an enormous debt to come here. Their only hope to pay it off within their lifetimes is to rake in a lot, and I mean a lot, of tips, which means they'll bend over backwards to satisfy every whim. If you're an employer, you don't have to worry that an employee you just hired and trained at your expense will suddenly quit and go work for the competition for a few extra eddies a week. Many stations, especially the private ones, simply don't have competition. That sounds horrible. And if they do, it's basically negligible. Negligible. Agreements can be made so situations like that don't occur. Thirdly, and most importantly, no government can tell you what to do. Okay, that part sounds nice. Where and how orbital stations are autonomous and governed by their own laws, and there aren't that many of them. If you can afford your own station, you're the undisputed lord and master of your little corner of space. You want to tie the help up to a whipping post? Don't do that. When they make a mistake, don't do that. Go right ahead. Want 5 wives or 4 husbands? Sounds like a lot of people. I'm sure you'll have a line of willing volunteers. Would you have a line of willing volunteers to be your 4th husband? He's like, yeah, I want me some of that. I think that's what I need. So let's keep looking. Or that's what I don't know. Let's go over there first. Maybe it's just wants me to messages. Okay. Read that one. Read that one. Read that one. Okay, this one's new. Melissa Rory, latest research from Taryn Doddart to Naomi and Jean-Paul Petit. Based on the latest research on the subject, it appears the patient suffers from relapses of antisocial behaviors. The recommended treatment approach is limited environmental stimulation and increased doses of neuroleptics. See treatment details in attachment. I'll remind you this is not an isolated case, but a fairly common problem among members of MaxTac. The NCPD is pushing for more resources put into cyberpsychosis research, but our facility simply can't accommodate an uptick right now. And a friendly reminder, please email your applications for overtime next quarter by no later than tomorrow, end of day. 2. Okay, so they just light up when you get here. Where did he go? Security update. Audit round the corner from Seth Gibbons and CPD to Psy. What's up, Choomster? You know about that audit in your lab is coming up, right? Maybe get those invoices for Woo all squared away. Well, don't you got enough of your own paperwork to push around? Leave the invoices for Woo to me. I'll make sure our little piggies don't go hungry. That didn't sound suspect at all. I guess I'm supposed to... Oh, there he is. Where did he go? That one. That one. Jeez! From Jean-Paul Petit to Yolanda. You read Kuzma's email congratulating Yawen. Eugene must have been very pleased with her strides. Okay. I'm not surprised. I mean, she cozies up with that cop, then all of a sudden gets an NCPD contract. What a coinky-dink. Huh? I have never seen that spelled. Exactly. Okay, I'm already read that one. NCPD, Anatomy of a Disaster. This won't be the kind of book that's full of eloquent phrases or elaborate metaphors. I'm not a writer, I'm a cop, or rather, I was a cop before the mass redundancies. I'm not writing this for money or fame, I'm writing it because I'm pissed off and won't stay silent while the NCPD goes to ruin. Before you say anything, I know we weren't perfect. Night City has never been a safe city, but we tried. As God is my witness, we really tried to keep our city safe. Even while we lacked the money, people, and equipment we so desperately needed. The mayor couldn't have cared less. He wanted to cut costs, apparently since the NCPD wasn't profitable. How do you expect... when you expect your police force to be profitable, that's when they're willing to do civil asset forfeiture. Don't expect them to be profitable. He said at a press conference a day after 7us were killed by a cyber psycho in Vista del Rey. Then why not privatize it? I'm kind of okay with that idea. I know that seems like a contradiction, but it's when the state wants it to be profitable, that's when they do civil asset forfeiture, and then there's no recourse for it. Whereas if it was privatized, then there might be a chance of recourse in like a courtroom because it's a civil case at that point. That very same day, the NCPD was transferred into private ownership, all according to plan. So they were already going to do it. Our new chief of police, previously the head of the data term sales department, cared only about one thing: money. See, this is a problem because they're still a monopoly on force. He fired half of the force, cut down the number of patrols, and ordered those working the streets to drop everything and start writing tickets. Okay, that's a mistake. It didn't take long to see the effects. The city's crime rate went through the roof, bodies clogged the alleyways, and the sidewalks were painted red with blood. Meanwhile, the suits at Corpo Plaza were popping champagne and celebrating. Why? Because the demand for private security services had increased by 1,000%. What's this room? It's like where they hang out and stuff. B.A. Rusanov, Respiration and Intercellular Spaces. 1. The theory of imperil though overly simplistic and never formulated along the lines required by modern scientific inquiry, is in fact useful as a general principle. Scientists today are all too ready to consign visionaries of previous ages to the dustbin of history simply because they deal with questions of spirituality, putting them supposedly at odds with contemporary theories. 2. If indeed a person has a self, how can we therefore doubt that the self affects the body? If it exists, then it must exercise influence. In fact, this was proven only a few weeks ago by a group of scientists at the University of Toledo. A study conducted on laboratory mice showed a correlation between regular meditation and a 20% increase in lifespan. Bibliography: The Fatal Effects of Modern Shamanism, I.E. Grant, Oxford University Press, pages 15 to 37. Sensational Mice in Toledo. J.J. Bladistovsky, Journal of the Alt Scientist, pages 2 through 4. Sure. And a BD. Not one that I can use. Hey, by the way, I found a baby in the other room. Don't know if that's important or not. Imperil poisoning. Imperil, which attracts danger, is the poison resulting from irritability. This poison, a quite substantial one, is deposited against the walls of the nerve channels and then spreads through the entire organism. Here. Security update. Melissa Rory, latest research. From Taryn to Naomi and Jean-Paul. Based on the latest research on the subject, it appears the patient suffers from relapses of antisocial behaviors. The recommended treatment approach is limited environmental stimulation and increased doses of neuroleptics. Wait a minute, I read this one. Oh no, wait, there's files. Braindance conditioning in cyberpsychosis. Studies that use brain imaging methodologies have shown a progressive reduction in brain volume, but a swelling of the ventricular system and the volume of cerebrospinal fluid produced in people who suffer from cyberpsychosis. Other studies have found differences in the degree of cortical nerve cell depletion between stage 1 cyberpsychosis patients treated pharmaceutically and those who received braindance conditioning. Increased loss of cortical nerve cells was detected in those using pharmaceutical treatment, from which it has been concluded that braindance conditioning has a neuroprotective effect. I don't know why she didn't say anything about that. Okay, why are we in here then? Doesn't seem like it's in here.
Hey, River! Think I got it!
Found something?
Not yet.
Anthony Harris. Let's try these drawers.
Say, River, why not just have a janitor crack a door for you?
Can't risk getting scolded for sniffing around somebody else's
River.
face. Yoan!
Ah!
What are you doing here? You got kicked off the force.
Just
What?
suspended, actually.
Oh, okay.
What did she mean by that?
He hasn't told you?
Yawen, please, listen to me.
Aren't you in enough trouble already?
Harris kidnapped my nephew.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But we store evidence here, and we have strict protocols.
Protocols. Talking about his nephew's life here. A child's life.
This is an ongoing police investigation. Go, please. Get out
Can't leave
now.
without Peter Pan's dreams.
I'll say it one last time. Out!
Damn it, Yawen. Who the fuck do you think you are? Remember your first med school exam? You know the one. Passed it with flying colors. Gotta remember it. Ladies' room erupted in flame. They evacuated everybody for 2 hours.
I cannot believe you would throw that in my face.
Well, you
I
cheated.
never wish to see you here again. Especially you.
Which one of us are you looking
This
at?
man, he only takes. He never gives anything back.
River and I get along, we're friends. Hasn't let me down yet.
Huh. I thought us friends too.
That why you're refusing to help him out?
Harris's dream, BD. Where is it?
He isn't dreaming.
What? Why?
People in comas don't always dream.
A bullet damaged his cerebral cortex. We get only dissonant urges. Pieces.
I'd like to...
Try audiovisual stimulation.
But he isn't on the spectrum.
A favorite song or movie helps you reach the kids. Might be worth a try.
I am aware of the similarity. Hypothalamus stimulation and hormone production. But Harris is not a child. I have never tried the procedure on an adult.
Any reason you haven't?
Because, unlike River, I went to med school and studied neuroscience. And not by reading about it over someone's shoulder on the metro.
Let's try it.
We don't even know his preferences.
I'll find something. I mean you're willing to try?
Just go. I'll open the front door for you.
Let's ride, V. I know exactly where to start.
Say, by the way, what do you know about biochips? Arasaka's relic in particular.
Well, it's designed to store a person's neural engram. Sorry. Just imagine copying over a person's memories and personality.
Right, I get that. I'm more curious what happens if the stored engram overwrites the engrams of the chip carrier.
Overwrites? I'm not even sure that's possible. Why do you ask?
Nah, never mind. Not a big deal. Thanks.
You literally had no importance whatsoever. Nothing about that mattered. Just forget I ever asked. Hey, you two. Behave yourselves. I walked when it said walk. Unlike my jaywalking cop friend. No wonder you were suspended. I don't want to get hit by a car. I think they were willing to stop for River, but not me. Although River was not willing to stop for me either. What? Did that... It looked like there was a person, like, through the roof of that car. How's it going?
Okay. Let me hear it.
So, got booted off the force.
Suspended. Mayor's death stank to high heaven. Inquest into, kicked under the rug. So I made a fuss.
Not worth asking how you feel about that.
Nope.
You're
It's just, it's not easy for me to talk about what's biting at my ass.
Fair enough. Could tell me where we're headed, though.
To Joss's. Randy's mom. She thinks he just ran away from home. For now, keep the kidnapping between us.
Gonna tell me why we aren't trying to find Harris's apartment?
It's a house, and I doubt he's keeping his victims in his basement. And besides, we are trying. Want to see if we can find some connection to Harris at Randy's.
Pretty weak lead.
Best we can hope for just now.
Not worried Yawen's gonna toe the line? Rat you out to her superiors?
Used to be friends. Doubt she'd do that. Plus, not that I'd use it, but I do know one skeleton she'd prefer remain tucked in her closet.
You mean the whole setting fire to a building thing? That might be worth keeping quiet.
I think Yawen will actually help us, all things considered.
Yeah, these tiffs of ours always end up the same way. I'll tell you about it over a beer sometime.
Sign me up. We find Randy, then we find the bottoms of a few bottles.
It'll be my pleasure.
You're paying. I'm so worried about stupid rides with this guy. I feel like the ride will never end if I try. What, Lily? This is the last live stream she gets the door open for a while. I can't sit here for this whole time. I just want to go. Park, River. Park. Please
right.
park. Okay, thank God you parked.
It's sure been a while. Used to come over every weekend, long time ago.
And changed it all since?
Places like this never change.
See stuff to pick up. What do you want, Johnny?
Lovely neighborhood. Mwah.
Oh, shut up. You're incorporeal. What do you care? Walk in. You're not gonna like. Are you two okay? There's a lot of noise over there. The Long Return, Aftermath of the Great Nomad Tragedy. Most sources indicate that the governments of Peru, Brazil, and Chile have come to a solution for the so-called nomad problem. In an attempt to prevent the illegal transnational movement and typically temporary settlements of nomad clans across the South American continent, they plan to seal all borders to undocumented persons of dubious origin. Protestations from scholars, human rights groups, and even corporate representatives have thus far been ignored. Some corporations have voiced concerns that stifling the flow of migrant work could lead to economic decline and unpredictable social unrest. For example, some experts predict the local Brazilian workforce will simply be too small to meet... I heard that. Who hissed? To meet the employment demands of ongoing major AgriCorp ventures. This push for tightened anti-nomad immigration policies comes at yet another heavy blow from South American governments against an already heavily targeted demographic. More information continues to surface about the so-called Long Return, where hundreds of thousands of nomads lost their jobs without warning and had their equipment, much of it personal, not company property, illegally seized by government authorities. Well, that's bullshit. Most laborers were relocated from North America specifically for this work, and without corporate support, were forced to vacate the hazardous area formerly home to the Amazon rainforest in a week's time. Well, that's so shitty. With their only lifeline suddenly severed and no legal basis for staying, Many dozens of thousands attempted to find a way home, even if that meant walking much of that distance. Initial reports show staggering figures for the number who died during this mass exodus. Many still ask why. Who benefits from these anti-nomad policies and border closures, if not the South American nations or corporations? Many speculate that lobbyists from Orbital Air and other lunar colony representatives played a key part. Their objective, some allege, is to limit opportunities for migrant contract work, so more will be forced for the sake of survival to accept employment in the notoriously difficult labor conditions of low Earth orbit and on the moon. Well, that's kind of shitty. Ready to see your sister?
River. You either got business with me or news about my Randy. Wouldn't drag your butt out here if you didn't.
Joss, meet V.
Hello.
So V, is this about my Randy?
Yes. You're gonna tell me the truth.
Randy's been taken.
Why didn't you call?
Joss,
Throw a blanket over the truth, like always.
Police caught the guy, but he caught a bullet and he's in a coma being watched.
But where's Randy?
We don't
We're
know.
looking, Joss.
Here?
Arguing's not gonna help anyone.
He's my child. You got no place telling me how to behave.
Joss.
Listen, we need to look through Randy's things.
Why?
To find any lead we can. Trust me, Joss.
Just don't destroy anything.
Why would we destroy
Randy doesn't
anything?
like it when anyone pokes through his stuff.
Let's go, V.
The kids are playing outside. Tell them it's time to eat.
Didn't mean to take it. Dubai, sand and death. I heard a troubling click. My Geiger counter. May it rest in peace. I stood on a glass surface, some parts smooth as ice, others cracked and jagged. The earth I walked on was formed from melted sand after a thermonuclear bomb detonated here. One of the 5 that fell on Dubai. Why 5? I would think that 1 would be enough. I recalled old stills from the end of the 20th century. Skyscrapers like crystal obelisks touching the sky. Supercars, palm trees, now nothing. Like a surreal frozen sea blanketed by the irradiated dust of the Arabian Peninsula and glinting under the desert sun. But nearby, in the city's former suburbs, life continues on. Difficult, brutal, cutthroat, but life nonetheless. Few dare venture outside without a hazmat suit, makeshift or otherwise. Any sort of dwelling must be built with concrete walls measuring at least 13 feet thick. Without a single window. This offers survival, yes, but to what end? Unlike in the corporate haven of New Dubai, erected deeper into the Arabian Gulf, the average life expectancy in Old Dubai is a mere 30 years. Fucking leave! Still, some have found advantages to life here. For 30 years? No visitors, neither Netwatch nor any corporate special forces unit will deploy here. This land of glass and dust has become asylum for some of the world's most wanted criminals. Okay, fine. Some say they are only biding their time until an early death delivers them to hell. Some say they are already there. Seems pretty hellish, yeah.
Hang in there, Joss.
What's on your mind?
Why are you?
I think all the women in your life have character.
That's the trailer. Eyes peeled for details, eh?
Ah!
Uncle River!
Monique, Dorian.
Children.
Hey, guys.
Is this your girlfriend?
Just a friend.
Gotta be.
You gonna stay over?
We'll see. Your mom's waiting for you at dinner.
What was that sound? That was weird. Yeah,
This is their
follow
old trailer. Randy moved in when I bought him a new one.
Real hellhole. Like in my good old days.
Why are you so tiny?
You check around. I'll check the trash.
You had tequila? Get high at home. Why wrote this? These days, when the police have so much more to worry about than whether the kids are smoking special cigarettes, when designer jokes can be bought on any corner, we say back. Yes, I've read this. Record player, malfunction, overload, or the vulnerable device. Excellent. Disc scratched. Audio file, fanatic of dark music styles. Top grade. Randy's guitar, made from mahogany and spruce. 2069, strings are loose, hasn't been used for a while.
Still see the nicks from those first years we measured the kids.
Oh. Yep, that is what that is. Oh my god, itchy.
Left his favorite hoodie in the closet.
The Birium Arbitrium Review. Pretentious banality dumped in a sloppy symphonic sauce. Chromatic rock pretender at worst. Caricature at best. Okay, sure. Heavy riffs. Check. Unique vocal growl. Check. Essence of the 60s. Check. But all of it gets drowned out in a flood of cliched dark tones that's too much for even neo-Kish Gen fans to swallow. There's no punch, no curb stomp of edge. Honestly, by the standards of the genre, it's a fucking lullaby. I'd love to put this review to bed, or in an unmarked grave, but I haven't even talked the lyrics. About? They made me roll my eyes so violently I sprained an optic nerve. Nowhere was it worse than in the titular track, Liberium Arbitrium, the band's anthem about the violations of human free will. What's the enigmatic evil depriving us of what matters most in life? Yep, you guessed it, corpse! I yawned so loud I put the singer's growl to shame. The latest album from Tainted Overlord is nothing short of a chromatic rock mix you burned a decade ago, erased from memory, then found wedged under your couch next to a dusty Carlson burger. Diehards of the band will find something to scratch that itch, but anyone else looking for a fresh sound is better off blowing a concussion grenade in a cookware outlet. Okay.
Drugs?
Let's not go there.
Society's fault.
What? You get out of the way, Berman. I'll just steal your nephew's shit. What's in here?
Got some kind of key here. Real fossil.
Not quite what we're looking for, no.
Let's see if there's.
Tainted Overlord.
Favorite band?
You know him well.
Used to send him an album every year for his B-Day.
I think it was pretty obvious, like, know him well. Like, there's posters everywhere. Ban. Printing ink and bodily fluids. Typical items in a teenager's room. Gross. Things I did not need to know. Dear mother departs. The old die quietly, their dry hands giving a faint rustle as they fall for the last time. They tend to depart this world in November, at the darkest hour of the night, when dawn seems just as far off as the spring that will never return. They leave little behind, a small stack of last century's newspapers, a few chipped cups, clothes already smelling of the casket. Under their closed eyelids flits a muted kaleidoscope of memories, flashing by in no particular order. They die with their gaze fixed on the hardening diorama of a long life that, in its final moments, always seems to have been far too short. What the fuck is that?
Some kind of game here. Shipping code on it.
You reopen that? I didn't really see that. Oh my god, Lily!
Expensive tech. Randy had the scratch for this?
You're joking.
Lily!
No chance Randy could afford hardware like this. Way too pricey. And we gotta get in. But I doubt anyone knows the password. Can you crack it?
Probably.
Let me give it a shot.
Uh-oh.
Eureka.
Help me scour this, will you?
Sorry, from Anthony 34.
They caught Harris in a vehicle like that.
What?
Street.
What?
Shit,
Would you
River,
guys stop?
I remember that day. He lives close to an old school.
Wait until I actually have a chance to read it. Sorry, from Anthony 34 to Brandy. I meant to call, sorry, spent half the day sitting in my Thornton. Police had all of Watson blocked off and I was stuck in traffic. Oh, I do remember that day. For hours trying to cross town. I kind of live in an area where I used to go to school, but it looks all different now, so trying to find ways past all those jams made it easy to get all turned around. Hope you're not mad. Hey, no problem. I needed to help my mom anyways, etc., etc. Do you have anything, do you have everything ready at your place? Almost. I just wanted to say thanks.
True angel of empathy, this guy, huh?
I don't understand why they set it up that the audio cue for finding clues happens so quickly when there's no fucking way I could have read it. None. I just wanted to say thanks. Guess in general, I'm just holding on to the thought that there are more people like me out there dealing with the same shit. Why are you helping us anyway? I used to be like you, like all of you. I wasn't spared any of life's cruel twists and turns. Worst of it was when my best friend died. Shit, sorry to hear that. Can I ask what happened? Rare muscle disease. His body just got weaker and weaker until he was a shadow of himself. I wanted to help him more than anything, but there was just no possible way I could. Of course. Oh my god, what? Lily! It is not time to eat. I will close this door early. Of course, anyone who could help he couldn't, afford. If he just had the means, he could have bought some super drug or a new body, or I don't know. Worse luck than the disease was being born into a poor family. Anyway, that's what I do, that's why I do what I do. I couldn't help my best tune, but just maybe there are some people out the world I can help. Big trouble in Haywood. You guys gonna talk?
Figured out Randy's identity. Sent him the game as a present.
The one you found in his drawer?
The same. Shipping code suggests the prick sent it from the Badlands.
Okay. I really wish they wouldn't do that. Hey, I hope you don't mind, but I used my admin privileges to find you in RL. That is your home address. Sorry, that's creepy as fuck. I don't care what your reasoning is. Do not try to find someone's actual address. Sorry, hope it's not too weird. It is weird. But I had a good reason. No, you didn't. There's a gift on its way, a game called Big Trouble in Haywood. You know it? Anyway, hope you like it. Have fun.
This guy baited Randy like a pro.
Fucked up again. I'm toking again. I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep doing it. I guess I'm just a piece of shit. You're a perfectly normal person, Randy. You're just like anyone with a organic heart still beating in their chest. Remember, I'm always here to talk to you, to understand you, to help you. I know you'll recover from this like you always have. So he groomed him. Okay. Creepy heart from Natalie. You guys have anything to say about this one? I'm amazed the mic is not picking Lily up. She's so loud. She's just sitting on the landing, like, crying her heart out. It's like, if she was a human being, she'd be yelling Stella. Thanks for yesterday, heart. The city from up on that tower looked so beautiful. Honestly, I felt speechless, though maybe that's just because I don't love heights. Really, it was nice. But maybe next time I take you into the city, head to Japantown, grab a bite. You'll love it once you see it. And OMG, the restaurant my aunt takes me to sometimes. So Nova. Just let me know. Love you, cutie. Yeah, of course. I had fun too. About this restaurant, we'll see. Not sure I'll have time. Hard to promise anything, so we'll see. Why is he going by B. Randy? Okay, maybe I just figured that out. But to me, that just says Brandy. Hey, you know, you don't have to worry about Eddies. We already talked about this. Just let yourself be invited to something nice for once. Love ya. Who's Natalie? What do you say? It's from Anthony again. They're gonna say something.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I haven't seen it yet.
There's no way. Why would he do that?
Not only did they agree to meet, but it looks like Randy was as excited as any kid on his way to a theme park.
Fuck. This creep definitely scrambled Randy's head.
Okay. Tell you what, I think your site's really Nova. Think I'm ready to finally meet up, in person? Same time and place you wrote before. 'Cause, man, I can't wait, now. That's right. Same, as we agreed. It makes me happy to hear you're happy. Just one tiny request. Delete that first email I sent, just in case. Don't want anyone sniffing around something that doesn't concern them. So, in 2077, creepers luring children places on the internet is still a thing. Glad to know it didn't change. Family. Okay, I'm not hearing them talk, so... I understand. I didn't have a normal family either. My mom died young, and my dad, he just tried to give me a future. Wasn't easy, though. to make a living on the farm once the cattle pestilence took hold. Eventually, it all just fell out beneath his feet. The cattle... You might be able to hear her when I'm talking. The cattle, the business, deep depression took his life. I tell you this so you know you're not the only one who's lost a father. I understand you so well. Fucking asshole. The only real difference is it was nomads that stole your dad from you. And for me, it was corrupt corpse and their dirty money grabs. That's why I hide all my activity from corpse. Trauma team and Biotechnica would be all over me in a second if they knew what I got up to. Because you kidnap children. But I don't have to explain all that to you, Randy. You get it. I know you'll keep all this just between us Chumbas. Stay strong, buddy. I know you got it in ya. This is pretty fucked.
Natalie must have been the only person Randy trusted.
Can we view this page with a link?
Hey Ned, check out the site Drugs Are Bad. When you're there, click on the image, the red one with the people on it. The hell is this? Some kind of cult? Like, how do you even find this? Just cruising the net, doesn't matter. Drugs Are Bad. Red one with people in it. From Gael. Hey, you won't answer my text, won't answer my hollows. Still alive, man? I have a special delivery for you from a Valentino tomb of mine. You just gotta pick it up. Anyone in Haywood would give both kidneys for this thing, and I'm still holding it for you, free of charge, like some gonk. Do me a favor and answer, because I'm starting to get pissed.
Something deeply fucked about that cartoon. My skin's crawling.
What the fuck am I watching? By Glint of the Sword, Randy Kutcher. Volume 1 of the Blades of Doom Trilogy, Chapter 1, Ghosts of Ancestors' Salvation. A silhouette of a gaunt female figure began to take shape among the ebb of the inky fog. By its long braid, the woman held a severed head, only one eye socket clearly visible. Decay had already long begun to melt the face's flesh, exposing the white of bone underneath. The other side fared much better. Then, without uttering a sound, the woman shifted her gaze to pierce the eyes of the weary warrior. "Come, kill me, I am ready for death," she shouted with a cold intensity prepared to meet her end at last. Val Barrett, 2043 to 2066. Genius or psychopath? Black metal has produced countless charismatic characters, but the uniqueness of Aidan Burroughs, known also by monikers Nama and Balberith, is perhaps in a class of its own in the genre. Vocalist, guitarist, bassist, songwriter, ideologue. Some call him a genius, others a fucking psychopath. When a person like Burroughs becomes deified by polar extremes, it's no wonder when he begins to arouse curiosity outside the metal world. There's no diminishing the lasting mark he's left in black metal, but even music more broadly. Most agree he was the driving influence for a new wave of metal artists and bands like Tainted Overlord, who have managed to claw their way up from the bowels of metal hell to the almost mainstream music scene.
Some kind of link. The one Randy wrote about?
Let's find out.
It's never too late to change. Addiction can be defeated. Yes, to fight addiction is to go to war for your life. But together, hand in hand, we can emerge victorious. We know who the enemy is, how to outsmart him, his tricks and unexpected blows. We know where he strikes, how much force he uses, his weak points, and how to drive him back. For years, we've been researching the most effective strategies to fight drug addiction. Now we're putting them in practice. Together we can change your destiny, because it's never too late to change. about. We're the only nonprofit organization in Night City that helps drug addicts. So you're suspect as fuck. We assist in diagnosing addictions, understanding their courses, and fighting causes, and finding the right treatment for everyone. After your treatment is complete, it's all about making sure our innovative wellness and support program does everything it can to prevent a relapse. If you're in a dark place in your life, we're offering you a helping hand. You can trust us. Shut up, Lily! Our mission: we save lives. Drug overdose deaths are steadily on the rise. This is nothing less than an epidemic that is decimating our society, and young people most of all. If we continue to ignore what's right in front of us, thousands of young people will die within the next decade. We won't let this happen. We hope you won't either. Stay clean. Beating addiction is only the first step. For most, the real challenge is what happens after your treatment. Suddenly, you have to go back to your normal life. But normal meant using regularly. The streets being what they are, it's easy to fall back into old habits. We can help you stay clean and support you for as long as you need. You'll always be able to come to us for help. Together, we'll stay clean and undefeated. Contact us. Drugs are bad. Alright. Tony's shelter.
Hidden page set up by Anthony Harris.
Christ. Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
This is fucked up. Welcome, lost stranger. Good to see you, friend. Welcome to Tony's Haven. The place you've been looking for, the place where you can become the best version of yourself. Thanks, Tony. Is Natalie not real? I live here with my friends. They come here because they were fed up with, Natalia? Is she not real? Because, is it actually Tony? That would make sense. Because they were fed up with seeing their life go to waste, just like you. Think of me as a farmer who looks after his livestock. Now the slapping cow makes sense. Get acquainted and stick around. Together we'll show those old farms what we're capable of. No idea what I'm talking about? Don't worry, I'll explain everything in good time. But it's time for you to decide. Do you want to remain a shadow of yourself or become the person you always dreamed of being? Come on down. Okay, that's files.
There was a file here.
Deleted, looks like, but the name's still there.
Yeah, but I already found it. Yes.
Wasn't the video file on Randy's comp called something like that?
Yes.
Hey, look. The name of this cartoon matches the missing file on Harris's page.
That's what we needed to find for Yawin. V, we've got it.
Randy must have downloaded it.
Sure, but V, don't you get it? This could be the key to Harris's mind.
Here's hoping.
Hey, can you use any of that Netrunner magic to shake anything else out of this?
How would I do that?
Could try to pin Anthony's IP address.
Okay, let's see. Super easy.
Got it. Afraid I can't do much more, though.
Perfect.
That cartoon, River, could be what we've been looking for. Said yourself we need something that'd get Harris to dream. Send it to Yawin.
Right. Sending it now. Okay. Says she'll get back to me by morning. And that I am a son of a bitch.
Why?
And, come on. Let's grab a bite.
Okay. Now I want a burger. That I have taco meat. It's still...
Listen, let's not worry Joss more than we need to, huh? We're hot on the trail. We'll know more tomorrow. That's it.
Or we tell her the truth. Why are you so intent on not talking to your sister?
Dorian, please.
But it really tastes like boogers.
No, it doesn't.
Joss, we're finished.
To know that
Well
you would
done.
have to eat boogers.
Off to bed then.
We left some for you, Uncle River.
Thanks, Monique.
Tell me you found something.
Looks like Randy knew his kidnapper. They were in touch.
Why would he do something like that?
Because he's a
You know
stupid
him.
kid.
Kids, look for help in the wrong places.
Yep.
When's the last time you ate?
Yesterday.
Jesus, River, how are you feeding all those
I'm fine.
muscles?
I'm not hungry.
Thanks. Maybe later.
Now you? No bullshit. Don't look at my brother, just tell me.
What?
Will you find my boy?
Then you looked away from me.
River's a hell of an investigator. Brandy's good as found.
Won't give up until I do, Joss. Joss, you mind if V takes Randy's trailer for the night?
No. Sure.
Staying, right? You gotta help me see this through. To the end.
Yeah.
Of course I'll stay.
Find your way all right?
Yep. Gonna go hit the sack soon.
How all you people smoke.
Can't be easy, raising 3 kids on your own.
Well, it wasn't any easier with my husband. In fact, the best days were when he didn't come home.
That sucks.
There were times I wished he'd disappear for a month, just to not have him hang around.
That bad, huh?
His bike in the highway, that was his world. But at home, let me tell you a story. This one time he took Dorian into the city. Had some errand to run, just father and son. He came back that night, dead-ass drunk, raging at me for calling the cops on him.
Did you?
River found him in some dive and brought Dorian home.
Must have been a relief then, when he left.
For weeks, I cried every night. My husband was killed. The father of my children.
I'm sorry.
Randy changed. He locked up. Not to mention the other 2 I still had to raise. Life was rough with him and without him. Sometimes there's no solution.
How'd he die?
Thale de Caldos told me he died an honorable death. Whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
They showed me his body, where his face used to be. Couldn't see the honor in that.
Gross.
Let's, change this subject. Hang in there, Joss.
V, wake up.
What?
Not done sleeping.
Yalwyn called. It worked. The cartoon. He's dreaming.
You got the BD?
Right here. Slot it in. Jack into the computer. I want to see it on the monitor.
What you want me to say? Damn it.
That doc of yours is quick. Not bad.
What's the matter with you, Anthony? I have to report this. I hope you understand that. This isn't normal behavior. Anthony, you killed Liam's turtle.
He was sick. He wouldn't eat, stayed in his shell. I just wanted to help him.
By injecting him with HGH? What were you thinking? Is this something your father taught you? Good people took you in, extended their trust. This is how you repay them? Your friend died. I understand. But that is no excuse.
Fuck you.
Ooh.
What did you just say?
He enunciated it very clearly.
I've had enough. Principal's gonna hear about this. Your foster parents, too. I see. Like father, like son.
Well, that teacher gave up on him real fast. He said one bad insult, and the teacher just is like, "Fuck you off." Okay. What is he gonna do to the teacher?
Don't you dare talk about my dad!
You gonna stab him with a fork or something?
You little shit. I know it all. Farm failed. Dad put a bullet in his head.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You can't talk about my dad, you prick! You can't! You can't! He was sick!
Ah!
I just wanted to help him.
I got distracted by Missy. Okay. That was weird.
We're back in Harris's school kid days.
That's right, you little shit. I know it all.
Trophy. Old one. Dating from 2042. First place in an interscholastic wrestling tournament.
Okay, I don't...
Let me check which school won that tournament. Laguna Bend. Looks like the whole town got flooded in the 50s. Well, at least we know the general area where Harris lived.
Guess that'd be that.
I'm kind of guessing, by the way, that it's in the school. They're in the school. Just because that's usually how writing like that goes. Charms are bad.
I recognize this shooting. It was a case study back at the academy.
What's the matter with you, Anthony? I have to report this. I hope you understand that.
How's there thermal for a dream?
This isn't normal behavior. Anthony, you killed Liam's turtle.
He was sick. He wouldn't eat, stayed in his shell. I just wanted to help him.
By injecting him with HGH? What were you thinking? Is this something your father taught you?
Why did she give up at 8 o'clock?
Good people took you in, extended their trust. This is how you repay them? Your friend died. I understand. But that is no excuse.
Fuck you.
What did you just say? Okay, I've had enough. Principal's gonna hear about this. Your foster parents, too. I see. Like father, like son. That's right, you little shit. I know it all. Farm failed. Dad put a bullet in his head.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You can't talk about my dad, you prick! You can't! You can't! He was sick, weak. I just wanted to help him.
Wait a minute, did you kill your dad? Rehearing that, I'm thinking he killed his dad.
What's the matter with you, Anthony? I have to report this. I hope you understand that. This isn't normal behavior. Anthony, you killed Liam's turtle.
He was sick. He wouldn't eat, stayed in his shell. I just wanted to help him.
By injecting him with HGH? What were you thinking? Is this something your father taught you? Good people took you in, extended their trust. This is how you repay them? Your friend died. I understand. But that is no excuse.
Fuck you.
What did you just say? Okay, I've had enough. Principal's gonna hear about this. Your foster parents, too. I see. Like father, like son.
Don't you dare talk about my dad!
That's right, you little shit. I know it all. Farm failed. Dad put a bullet in his head.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You can't talk about my dad, you prick! You can't! You can't! He was sick, weak. I just wanted to help him.
I don't even have the other layers. Just from a writing perspective, it's the school.
Tony! Where you going now?
Harris looks even younger here. See that? Cow's sick, like the rest.
Come here!
Coming!
Got no way to ID him. Kid's father was a real hard ass.
Looks like a cattle bioscanner for checking vitals.
Tony, come here!
Yeah, Dad?
You forget something? I asked you a question!
I don't know.
Choline and methionine levels. See anything odd?
Too low?
You were supposed to check before school. What do you gotta say for yourself? Cow's gonna die because of you. Gonna kill it like you killed your mama.
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize, just dial up her hormones. And shut off that gut.
Cattle injectors for hormones, antibiotics. People ate meat loaded with this shit.
You know cows produce hormones naturally, right?
Damn cartoon! How many times I gotta tell you not to leave it like that, hmm? Half the day I spent...
Supplements in the feed for disease-free livestock.
I'm trying to turn that shit off.
Or it could be at his dad's farm, honestly. That was weird.
That's our cartoon. Little Tony really seemed to love it.
Guess that'd be that.
Again? How many of these are there? You wouldn't let me save. So now I'm late to feed the cats. Ah!
Think this might be the place, V.
Got
It's a
some
recent
cables.
memory. Gotta be his hideout.
Got a clock. An hour to midnight. Looks like Peter Pan turned this farm into a goddamn final bastion.
For him, take over towards.
Must have been an auto shop or something here at some point.
Hearing what I'm hearing?
Trash barge. That's the signal to dump. Has to be a landfill nearby.
Oh, fuck me. Treats the kidnapped boys like cattle.
Oh shit. Randy could be dead.
Machine controls an injection system for stimulants, hormones, something.
Hey.
Look, another one.
Fire department search stamp right here. City South. Perfect. Don't see Randy anywhere.
Terminal controls the pens. Gotta be another deck somewhere for the mines and turrets.
Signage on the farm model points to Petrochem.
I mean, he's torturing them. To death.
And where are you up to, Mike?
Hey, the Illuminated Towers. Promoting the Us Cracks album that came out then. Colors changed every hour.
I think that might be it.
Not so sure, River. Think we ought to explore a bit more.
Wait, why won't it let me...
Okay. Let's go with your gut.
It won't let me keep...
That's gotta be all she wrote in this one.
Probably right. Okay.
Come here, you rascal. You'll hurt yourself. Tony'll take good care of you. Easy now.
Sweetie. Deal.
Okay, so where do we sit now exactly?
We know Harris still lives near an old school that's now underwater. You can see the NC skyline and the Us Cracks towers from the farm. It's a few miles out. Farm's located near a landfill. We know that too. Shipping code on the game Randy got from Harris traces out to the Badlands. Harris's IP places him outside Night City, within a radius of a dozen miles or so. Those towers promoting the Us Cracks album. Colors change regularly, once an hour. So we know the time.
11 at night.
Right.
Yeah, but it was a dream.
And that puts the farm east of the city. Southeast, actually. Stamp on the NCFD certificate was from the southern region. Farm model's a Petrochem design, so that eliminates any others. Which narrows it down to Edgewood Farm. That's gotta be our place.
Jesus. We've got it.
It's very specific.
Just hope we didn't fuck it up. Come on, we gotta go.
Next time on Singles Night, we save the husk of River's nephew. Just let's face it, he's probably not alive. Okay, so let's talk about the schedule. Book club is this Saturday. The book is Theft of Fire by Devin Erickson. You can be on that live stream with me if you have read the book and you asked to join. And it's 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Saturday, July 27th. That's on Alex's Book Circle. The next book, I've already decided, is going to be Fight Club, and that's the August book club. I am not gonna try to pronounce the author's name at this time. It's Chuck something. And then you can buy a copy of my book. There's a link in the description below. You can join my Discord. There's a link in the description below. You can tip me. There's a link in the description below. Or you can subscribe on my locals as a paying member to get access to exclusive stuff for this channel and exclusive writing that's only available on my locals. And I told you to buy my book, right? Yeah, I did. Okay, so the schedule for the week. Nothing tomorrow. Wednesday night is the Dim News on the Dim side on Rumble. Thursday at noon is the exclusive rerun live stream. Thursday at 3 p.m. there is a Death compilations video available for everybody. Thursday night, the Dim stream, we are celebrating Beverly's birthday on the Dim side on Rumble, and we are watching 16 Candles, which I watched today. What's the next one? Next one is called 13 Going on 30 and Happy Death Day. we've already talked about Happy Death Day before, but we both really like that movie, so we're watching it again just for fun. Friday night is Riven. Saturday is book club on Alex's Book Circle. I hear you. I've been hearing you all night. And then Sunday at noon is the exclusive live stream, so you have to be like a paying member to get access to that. And then Sunday night is the gaming reveal. I've already spun the wheel, tested the game, released the wheel spin. You can see the wheel spin if you join one of the exclusive places. And then next Monday, nothing. And that is the schedule for the week. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will see you next time.
Merch. Yeah. Check out my new shop at cafepress.com/AlexofAllTrades for all kinds of products with my face on them.